which were being demolished to make way for the encroachment of the City of London, the banks, into the East End. So it was kind of fair game. And, of course, it used to come off like, it was like rolling carpets up. I mean, there were huge, huge widths and lengths of lead.
When you're out fishing, Maurice, do you find yourself thinking about productions you'd like to do, parts that you'd like to land? I mean, you're a great man for founding theatre companies.
Yes, at the moment, the only way I could think of founding any form of performance space would be to. My wife's a nurse, you know, but she wants to move on. She wants to go into catering, and she'd very much like to open a restaurant. And if she were to do that, I think we'd get a little space that allowed for a little stage at the end. We'd have the poets in there, maybe a couple of nights a week, a bit of jazz. And we'd start off with a bit of cabaret and then grow from there, you know. But it's a very cold place at the moment, the theatre. Financially, it's impossible to even think of starting a theatre. Shall I tell you what I'm doing now? In the odd time I have between Howard's Way and pursuing this wonderful sport, I'm writing a play about Sheffield.
But Sheffield?
Sheffield had two notorious gangs in the 20s and 30s. A man called Percy Shillitoe, who ended up, Sir Percy Shillitoe, ended up as head of MI5. He started his career by busting the gangs. They were connected with gambling up there. And it'll be a kind of Sheffield gangster story.
Take me a second.
Oh, you're in.
That's one. That's one.
Oh, you are in.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, that looks all right. That's it. Gotcha. That is a very nice-looking zander. Look at that fish. That's the fish you came to get, Maurice. Fishing for zander the Colborne way.
The Howard way.
Well, Pete, Maurice Colborne getting the fish that he came to catch. How are our anglers here doing?
There's a lot of fish out there, a lot of bream, but they're not getting their heads down and feeding. It doesn't mean that anybody's not catching. You know, there are fish being taken, but not as many as we would have expected.
What about our German friends?
Germans are doing quite well, 5, 6 fish apiece, but Jerry Clark's the man, really, that's everybody's now got to chase, because he's just landed a big 6-pound bream, and that's a beautiful fish, obviously.
That
and that's putting him right in front, yes.
Jerry Clark, how's it going?
All right, Peter. We had a quiet start, but there's 1 or 2 fish coming now.
Never mind 1 or 2. What's this big 6-pounder you've got?
Yeah, I got one about 3 kilos. Just hooks in a lip. Lovely fight off it, you know, cracking fish. Put it on worm and maggot.
So you're sticking with that now, hoping that there's some more out there?
That's right. I'm trying for a few bigger fish now and just see how it goes.
How many have you got altogether?
About 13 fish, Peter. As I said,
so an estimated weight on those?
I'll have 20 pound, I would think.
Now listen, a lot of people don't realise that there's some good fishing in your part of the country, do they? Cumbria, Carlisle, and you fish around the southwest of Scotland as well?
That's right. In Cumbria we've a hell of a lot of waters, but the thing is, a lot of it's untapped. I mean, you've only got to look at the Lake District, for instance, and it's you know, it's very, very untapped.
Would you say there's a lot of anglers but not a lot of match anglers? Because I know you go into Scotland, don't you, to get the matches?
Yeah, that's right. Because I live just, you know, 2 miles to Lancashire, we have to travel up to Scotland quite a bit. But hopefully in the next couple of years I'm going to branch out and go further south.
You've also decided to start a bait business, haven't you? So does that mean that there are far more anglers than there have been up in your area?
Yeah, the thing is, my wife runs a small business, and I was thinking about going in there with her, but it's not really my scene in the shop, so I'm going to have a go on the bait job. That's if I get time, of course, because I'm always fishing.
Now, you say you're going to have a go at it. Wasn't it you that actually hired a plane and went up to see if you could spot some waters where you could go scraping bloodworm?
Yeah, that's right. Last year we had a chronic shortage of bloodworm, and all the usual ponds and ditches, there was nothing in them at all. So what we did, we looked. I was in a pub one night and I saw an advert for flying lessons, and decided to go up. It was worthwhile because we found a smashing pond for the bait, and I've won quite a few matches with the bait since then. So it's been very worthwhile. Yeah.
Guten Tag, Heinz.
Guten Tag.
Was für einen Tag haben Sie?
Einen sehr schlechten Tag.
Oh, that means he's having a griller at the moment. Not a good day. Wo fischen Sie in Deutschland?
In dem Fluss, Main, Rhein, Neckar, Mosel, sehr viel.
Neckar?
Neckar auch, ja.
So at home you're fishing in Germany in the Neckar, the Rhine, the Main, the Mosel. Besser?
Ja, ist besser.
More fish?
Mehr Fisch, weil Wasser halt läuft, deswegen.
He's got more fish at home. So not a great day for Heinz, but maybe it'll get a wee bit better. All right, Pete. A few seconds left of the match.
An interesting match as well, Derek. Virtually everybody's got the same number of fish. The 2 Germans have got 15 fish apiece, another German's got 14, the Irishman's got 14, Jerry Clark's got 14, Dave Enser's got 12 fish, but of course Jerry Clark's got the big one. That will more than likely take him through to the final. But as regards the Germans, we just haven't a clue.
So a very, very tight competition.
Very, very tight competition. It doesn't really matter about the big weights, does it, when you've got a competition like this, because it's exciting, nobody knows who's going to win.
To be honest, I think we were expecting bigger weights off this venue.
We were, but the sun has obviously put the fish down, so we'll have to
all right.
make do with what we've got.
5 seconds then to the end of the match.
3,
2,
2, 1. $11 kilos, 720 grams.
Just 2 kilos separating the 3 Germans. It was Otto Wessel who's to go through to the final representing Germany. But had Phil McCaffrey done enough to beat Jerry Clark out of a place in the final?
Combined total of 17 kilos, 160 grams.
Jerry Clark also had 2 baskets to weigh. His first made 9 kilos, 620 grams. His big fish, weighed on its own, would have to be more than 7.5 kilos to beat the Irishman Phil McCaffrey out of a place in our final.
3 kilos, 600 grams.
And it wasn't big enough. So the Irishman McCaffrey through to the final.
So the winner then, Phil McCaffrey with 17 kilos, 160 grams. He goes through to the final. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And the top man from the German side is Otto Wessel with 11 kilos, 720 grams group.
Herzlichen Glückwünsche.
Ja, danke.
Well done.
Got your place in the final, Otto.
Ja, danke.
Good. And well done. Mrs. McCaffrey looking happy. And remember, you can join us. You can go fishing with us on Hooked International next week here in the Danish Lakelands. And we'll also be going sea fishing with the Crankies. The international side next week will be the French against the combined